Today I'm going to show you a cute poppy crown, flower crown. I'm going to be using the Gypsy color block, and I'm going to be using my number 2. Just get that. I'm going to be using my number 2 straight or square one stroke from Cameleon one stroke brush. I'm going to be loading mainly the red, white and pink, and just touching every now and then, touching with the outer edge with the black. So we're going to be doing a cute poppy crown. So I'm going to start in the center of the face using these beautiful blocks from Svetlana, I think she is. They're so cute. It's the first time I'm using them, so we're going to see. I just love these little faces. They're so cute. Okay, so we're going to go with very soft, wavy motions, making the one leaf, and then another leaf, and another one. Bringing it down. Then I'm going to turn my brush and come from just a little bit lower, and I'm going to take it from here, bring it down, and then go up and around, coming down, and then doing another one, going up and around and down, and then just coloring in with the darker edge of my brush. I just color in that centerpiece. Okay, just load a little bit more, and then I'm going to go from here. Let's start with this side, and I'm going to come from here just above the eyebrow, take it up, down, another one up, and these are just little buds from the poppy, and then you bring it back, swoop it back and down. The same on this side, come up, bring it down, another one, bring it down, and then another one going up and bringing it back on itself and swooping down. Okay. Now on the side of the eyes, I like to also just put a couple of those little buds, or you could just put a small little poppy, which I'll do on this side. I'm going to just do a small little poppy on this side by the eye, going around, and another one this side, coming around, and then we're going to swoop in, bring it around, and then swoop in from this side, bring it round, color in that with a darker edge. And the same on the other side. Bring it around, soft. What I love about a poppy is that the leaves are, they're so soft and silky. That's the look you need to try and create when you're doing your face painting as well. Just making those very soft. If I have a younger child, I obviously would not do the poppy by the eye. I would go for just a bud by the eyes, but obviously they would have their eyes closed. All right, once I've done that, I'm going to pick up my makeup palette from Cameleon, which is this one. And then I'm going to be, with my little blender brush, there it is. I'm actually going to be using the makeup palette number 2, and picking up a little bit of the black. You can see this one's been well used, and then just popping up in the middle of my poppy and putting a little bit of a darker center into my little buds and my poppies. Once I've done that, I'm going to grab another makeup brush and, using this palette, I'm going to be putting just a little bit of yellow coming across the eyes, going down. Taking it into the corner of the eyes. And a little bit of pink. I like to use these makeup palettes because it's you know, with children when they're playing and they sweat. I find that using paint on the eyes, you see that it cracks very easily, or they find because it's wet, they don't actually enjoy it on their eyes. So I do tend to use the makeup palette a lot in that sense. And it just looks very pretty. You can do beautiful, beautiful makeups with it. As you can see, beautiful pigment it has as well. Just a bit different working on paper. There we go. We put a little bit of makeup on her face. And now I'm going to pick up let's put in a couple of leaves. So I'm going to go for my smaller number 1, and using fresh grass. Actually, no, you know what we're going to do? We're going to use from the Wow palette. That was the one that Karen Hewen designed. I'm going to use this brighter so picking up the dark green. Yeah, that's going to be cool. Okay, and then we're going to come along here, putting the lighter side up, and I just tweak it. Oh, it looks like it's a little bit too wet. So I just do a little tweak, so you can see it. I push it up and then bring it back. Push it down like that and bring it back. Lovely. Love these colors. I'm just going to bring one down like that. Oh. Okay, and then we're going to put in a couple of little branches for the leaves. Doesn't have to be too much, and just push it out a little bit. Lighter side out, and bring it around like that. Come around this side. Using the flat end of my brush, and then just dabbing it down. Same on this side. Bring it around. Give yourself some space, Yvonne. There we go. And another one up this way. Now, depending on how much time you've actually got, because that is obviously the most important part of it, I then just do less branches, do the leaves, a couple of dots, and then off they go. Because we've got the time now, we're going to just fill in where we can. And show you a couple of things, and from here, I just take a little swoop down across the cheek, and this side as well. Okay, I've done that. Then I pick up my my liner again, and this time I use my number 2 liner, and I load it with white. And then I just come along the edge of my poppy's leaf, and here and there I just plonk a little bit of white down. You don't want it to be perfectly straight. It's got to look like a nice fluffy flower edge, just like the sun is catching it. And obviously it's going to be picking up a lot of the red from the actual color block of the poppy. So it'll fade into that, which is lovely. There we go. Okay, and then I just grab a blender brush, just dampen it, mustn't be wet, just be damp, and then I just pull out the underside. I just pull it into the actual flower, so it just fades a little bit. So my outer edge I keep pretty much the same. It's just the inner edge I pull down. Okay. Once again, it's a step you can actually, skip. It's not majorly necessary, but if you've got the time, it does to make it look cute, prettier. I find more realistic. Okay, done that. We pick up our liner that we used for the black again. That is the number 1. And then I need my black velvet. Where did I put it down? Strange. Okay, we're going to load some black velvet. And then just come along here and give a couple of those. And then I load with the same number 1. I load a little bit of the banana yellow from Cameleon on my brush with the same liner. And then I go back in and I put a couple of the dots down. Okay. Now what I like to do is just do a double load with my little petal brush, the smaller petal brush. And I think what we're going to load we're going to go for a bit of a orangey yellow. Little flowers next to it. I think that would look pretty. Since I've loaded orange yellow, and we're just going to go and have a couple of these in there. Don't want it to be too overpowering, so I just want a couple in there, and then a couple coming out of here. And I think let's do a few popping out here. Okay. And then over here, just a couple. Wait, that look pretty, eh? Let's see if the child can handle it. And then we're going to take a couple of dots, but in this case I want to do a couple of nice turquoise dots. Just as a bit of a contrasting colour, I think it would be nice too. Which I love to hear from Karen Hewen. She also always says, you know, she likes to use that dots don't always have to be white, which I think is so cool, because that's exactly the way I feel as well. Why would you want to just keep it white? This dot is not working very well. I tend to use a lot of times I actually use the back of my brush as well, just to dot. Put in some spaces. And then we go and we do a couple of white ones there as well. Never said I didn't do white ones as well. If you got the time, you always do at a festival, before the festival actually really gets going. I always have one of the children that I would grab and actually use them as my model to get other people to come in and come in and join. So it's nice. And get their faces painted. Pretty. I think she looks really pretty. I hope you do too. And then we're going to do a little bit of lipstick. I usually use a earbud for putting lipstick on, because I find that's just totally hygienic. And now in day and age that we live in, that's extremely important. So I would also just do a double load on my lipstick and let them just keep their lips as normal. And put a little bit of lipstick on. And spritz a little bit of glitters. And there we go. There you have the poppy little crown. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.